having your soul lead your life. Welcome, and thank you for joining me. This is Darcy Clarke, the originator of the Living in Alignment model. I want to share an encounter with God, or whatever name you use to refer to the power that is greater than the resources of your mind, that altered the course of my life. I was attending Simmons School of Social Work, and I was experiencing ambivalence about whether or not to remain in a graduate program. A year had passed, and I faced what I thought were the fears behind my ambivalence to enter the program. But the ambivalence remained. I was beside myself. The ambivalence I felt was unsettling, and I had become frustrated with the process. Prior to the first week of classes in my second year, I remember saying to myself, I give up trying to figure this ambivalence out. Soon after, I began a dialogue with God. I prefaced this talk by stating that I was clear that I wanted to move forward with my life and that a master's degree in social work was a viable option, considered by many in the field to be the most marketable degree. With determination in my voice, I stated to God, if you don't want me to remain enrolled in this program, you'll have to make it perfectly clear to me. Otherwise, I shall complete the program. Within a week or so, while attending a lecture, I received an image of a tug of war being waged within my mind. In that moment, I remembered my prayer to God. Intuitively, I knew that God was talking to me. Without hesitation, I got up from my seat, hastily mentioning to the baffled classmates seated on either side that I was leaving and would speak to them later about what was happening. I walked out of school, crossed the street, and sat on a park bench. Okay, God, I said, here I am. Speak to me. My attention remained fixated on the image of the tug of war being waged between my intellect and my soul, a name I use to refer to our spiritual self. God, I asked, are you speaking to me? Energy surged throughout my body. Okay, God, does this image of a tug of war have to do with things beyond whether or not I complete the master's program? Energy surged throughout my body again. Does this have to do with the rest of my life? Yet another surge of energy moved through my body. I pondered this briefly. Then a question posed itself inside my head. What has sustained you more than anything else in your life? Without any hesitation, I answered, it's been my spirituality. Within moments, insights began flooding into my mind, and I realized, 1, the image of the tug of war was an answer to my prayer. 2, this higher power is ingenious in how it can capture the attention of the mind. And 3, the image of the tug of war represented the internal struggle I had been experiencing in my life. This struggle was about often allowing societal conditioning to override my intuitive sense of what to do or how to proceed in my life. On that sunny autumn morning, while sitting on a park bench in Boston, my life struggle had become crystal clear. I was in awe of how one image could so accurately and pointedly depict my ambivalence. This event was yet another confirmation of how source energy is highly skillful in its ability first to get the attention of and then to work with our ego-centered mind. It also became clear that that image of the tug of war offered me a choice on how to live. I could either go on making life decisions from my intellect or make them by following the guidance and promptings of my soul. I chose to follow the promptings of my soul. I felt another surge of energy move through my body while simultaneously experiencing another deep sigh of relief. This event was the most joyous time in my life. I knew then that my life from that moment on would never be the same because it had taken on a whole new meaning and purpose. I was determined to develop my capacity to tune into and follow the guidance of my soul. In retrospect, I see that my decision to follow my soul represented a change in my orientation from being primarily externally resourced to becoming internally resourced. No longer would I be controlled or manipulated by societal expectations and conditioning. I was determined to become my own person and design a life that was in accordance with my inner knowing. It would take another 13 years of experiences to develop enough understanding and a skill base to become adept at allowing my soul to lead my life. That is, to become internally resourced. And although it has not been the ultimate pleasure cruise, I would not trade the insights, gifts, and lessons learned on this path of awakening. While on this journey, my connection continues to deepen with my human self, with others, with my experience of a higher power, with all life forms, and with life itself. And this deepening connection continues to be revelatory and transformative. Indeed, as a result of what I now call living in alignment, the experiences of soul realization and soul actualization have become my reality. Offering living in alignment is a labor of love, coming from a place of gratitude for the deepening, wondrous, and transformative connection with Source Energy that the practice of living in alignment has offered me. It is also what I consider to be the best gift I can offer the world. My calling in life is to assist people to reconnect to, partner with, and have a conscious relationship with their soul. If this audio chat piques your interest, and for more information about the Living in Alignment approach, please visit my website at www.darcyclarke.us. Again, www.darcy, D-A-R-C-Y, Clarke, C-L-A-R-K-E.us. Thank you.